Well, guys, I didn't plan on covering the Tory conference, but it seems the certified soy boy Owen Jones has been embarrassing himself there, interviewing various people and getting wrecked in the process.
I like it!
Now, for this video here, we're going to look at him interviewing this pretty based kid who, despite looking about 16, had Owen Jones proving his own points for him.
What do you think, Enoch Powell?
Enoch Powell's obviously a very divisive figure.
Yeah. What do you think of him, though?
Personally, what I think of him is a lot of stuff he was saying, although very divisive at the time, has come to pass. Some cities are no longer diverse. They are no longer diverse in the sense that there isn't a mix of cultures, where it's now been completely replaced by one culture over another.
Like where?
A lot of boroughs of London where the white working classes have been moved out in exchange for a lot of people from
What do you mean they've been moved out?
Well, a lot of the council estates in central London now, in some of those boroughs, have been completely demographically changed to a completely alien culture to what it would have been 50 years ago.
But what do you mean an alien culture? I mean, in East End London, it used to be very Jewish, and now it's more Muslim, but that's always been the case.
So,
I mean, that's
a very alien culture to what it was then, isn't it?
No, I mean, they're British Muslims.
Yes, but it's an alien culture.
What do you mean?
It's a different culture.
Alien culture means
Alien as in unfamiliar.
Well, first, the kid is wrong on his history of Enoch Powell because he wasn't divisive at all. In fact, he was an extremely popular politician who people often agreed with, and let's be honest, still would now. But the kid is young, so we can let that one there slide. Next, he points out why Enoch Powell was right, which gives us our first little gem in this clip, when the complete brainlet Owen Jones agrees that cultures are being replaced in London.
It's been an alien culture. I mean, in East End London, it used to be very Jewish, and now it's more Muslim, but that's always been the case.
So,
I mean, that's
a very alien culture to what it was then, isn't it?
Yeah, guys, that's what you call speaking without thinking and destroying your own argument in seconds as you admit one culture's being replaced by another.
Like the dumbest motherfucker that ever lived.
I mean, imagine being dumb enough to argue that replacement isn't happening by talking about Muslims replacing Jews in East London.
You're an imbecile.
But naturally, being Owen Jones, he didn't stop there, did he? Because as you heard, he then followed up with a common lie that makes out all Muslims in London think they're British. This, I can tell you for a fact, is bollocks right now, because if I was to go to East London and ask 100 Muslims walking down the street, I'd be shocked if one turned round and said he was British. Shit, many of them won't even speak English, but naturally, tosspots like Owen Jones wouldn't know that, would they? Well, actually, they might know it, but they certainly won't admit it, that's for bloody sure. But shit, we're not even a minute into this, and already Owen Jones has dug this hole pretty deep. Now let's see him squirm to try and get out of it.
Yeah, but it's not alien to being British. Being British means you could be Muslim or Jewish or Hindu.
I'm not saying it's to being British. I'm saying it's to the culture of the area, to the beliefs and belief structures of the area, to the institutions that once were there, being replaced by new institutions now, and new beliefs and new ideologies and new cultures and new religions.
Well, they're different
completely
religions,
changing it.
But yeah.
Well, that there is how you help a tosspot dig this utter prat a bigger hole than he dug himself, which forces Owen Jones to tie himself up in knots, turning that hole into a bloody chasm. Shit, let's be real here though, Owen Jones is trying to use a religion that hates him as proof that cultural replacement isn't happening. You really couldn't make it up, could ya? And this despite he himself admitting to the fact that a new culture has replaced a different one in East London. I mean, you really have got to admire the mental gymnastics he's using to make out like Muslim replacing Jews is not solid proof of what the kid was getting at in the first place. But you know what, enough of that, let's see this last clip I've got here.
But a religion is an entire cultural and ideological outlook on the world.
There's still white working class people who live there who go to school with people from different backgrounds, and they mix with people from different backgrounds. They're not monocultures. You still have white working class people in Tower Hamlets.
I'm talking about whether or not the native people in those areas feel that they are now in their homeland, or if their homeland confronts them as something other, something which distracts them from what they believe themselves to be.
Well, once again, Owen Jones is talking shit because Muslims, for instance, very rarely associate with any other groups inside schools. In fact, most groups usually follow racial and cultural lines in schools, with some exceptions, but he is right that white kids do tolerate other cultures. Of course, he's ignoring the fact that they have no choice in that, do they? Because hate crime laws make it illegal, let's not forget. So yeah, it's safe to say that Owen Jones is full of shit on this topic like every other. Yeah, you can imagine my shock on that one. Now, obviously, the whole interview itself was a disaster for Owen Jones and finished up with him talking about mixed-race families that, let's be honest, is him clutching at straws. So we'll skip through that and just say well done to this kid. Yes, Owen Jones destroyed himself early on, but the kid added to that destruction all the way through, as Owen Jones squirmed like the best of them, which, as you know, I'll always enjoy. So guys, that's it for now, but thanks for watching as always. Links to that are in the description, and I'll leave you with the outro.
Pandemic.
Where